Come out! We know you're in here. Somewhere.
Are they gone? Hello? Is somebody there? Thank goodness. They're gone. I see I have you to thank. You and my clever hiding place. Can't imagine what those churls were after. They kept barking on about the Warsworn this and kill me that. But now tell me, what can I do to repay you? A brief lesson in the art of locks, perhaps? My thanks for dispatching those intruders. What? Do you mean it didn't work? This is one of my greatest achievements. I recreated that ancient marvel perfectly. I promised that pledge shield. Finnan, that was her name. I promised her. Surely she had permission, yes? She swore to me. Oh, I see. For pledge shield Finnan, yes. One of my finest ideas. I built it precisely for times like these. You have done me a good turn, Warsworn. Therefore, I am more than happy to share some of my considerable wisdom in the art of locks with you. Louts and fools! I could see they wanted blood, so I dove for my hiding place. And not a moment too soon. The original. Truly an ancient wonder. Surely the combined work of Warsworn craftsmen and luminaries of the Scholia Arcana. Now, if you will see yourself out, I have a mess to clean up.
General's inspection. Not a stain anywhere, do you understand?
Welcome.
The locksmith pledge shield Finnan, you say? Stole my key, had it copied, handed it to the enemy? We must confront her at once. Ori! Henry! Seize her! Pledge shield Finnan's in the cells now. Go see if she'll talk. We've got to get to the bottom of this. Yes, yes indeed. The duty's yours. Hardly fair to hold her accountable when my own key was stolen. Best to forgive and forget all around, I think. What concerns me is whether anything else was stolen. It's not as if I've got an inventory of what's down there. Ought to have worn the damned thing around my neck. Or station guards outside my quarters. Never thought it would come to that. I think she will tell us what she knows.
Niskaru?
She went willingly enough. Strange that. I never doubted Gwyn. I suppose the Castellan just wanted someone to blame. And there she was. Of all the damn pledge shields, I never would have guessed her. Right.
There she is, right there. Don't know how she came to this. She was always a good fighter, and loyal enough. Good night to you.
I'll confess. I'm ready. I know I can never make amends for the deaths I've caused. But I will try. I stole the key and had it copied. I gave it to... He swore he worked for the Alfar army, that this could end the war. I knew they were stealing powerful things from that vault. But he said the Warsworn were refusing to use them in the war against the Fae, so we could keep getting paid to fight. A man named Elben Merok. I knew him from... that does not matter. He said he's a soldier in Tawili, though we always met pretty far south of the barracks, near the way into the marsh. In the army, as I said. The only place I've ever seen him is with his friends, where Tawili joins Akatha. I knew Elben from a time before the Warsworn. When he first came to me, I wouldn't even speak to him. But he kept at it, telling lies, offering hope for an end to the war that has so troubled my heart. That's what the mages in Brigand Hall called themselves? I've never heard the word before. Gwyn was a mentor. He was my champion, and I betrayed him. My sister, my brother, all fought and died in Chloricon. I thought what I did would help end it, not let slip Niskaru and Dalentarth. What have I done? Stealing the key was the hardest part. Every moment I was sure he would return and notice it missing. Once the original was returned and I had the copy, there was nothing to it. No one suspected quiet little Livia.
Artifact.
Given this turn of events, you are to find this Merok character. Extract from him what you can. I have other work for Gwyn. Meet her in Rathir when you're done. Follow the trail, Warsworn. Someone copied that key and stole who knows how many artifacts from our vault. Go as far as you can to find them, then meet up with Gwyn in Rathir. First, I will have her tend to that vault. High time it was cleaned and catalogued. After that, these mages call themselves Fahrlangi, right? I'd like to see what kind of footprints that name leaves behind. Did you see the look on her face when we seized her? Hard to tell if it was more fear or relief. Or the army. Help with the war. My gods!
I knew you'd find the truth. Poor Livia, though. They certainly found a gap in her armor. Gwyn will let me out of here shortly. Maybe he'll even apologize. That name these mages used, it reminds me of something. Yes, that's it! Fahrlangi was a foe of Aegon long ago. I know only his name as a foe of Aegon, son of Eamonn. And I know the histories well. A blonde, smiling fool. Bright helm. I might hope he'd learn something, but I know him all too well for that. Poor girl. The war's turned stronger heads than hers. Her punishment will be firm, but just. Likely punish herself much worse.
Most pledge shields armor shine.
What's this? The siege breaker come wandering down the coast? Are you lost, hero? Sure, I'm a soldier. We all are, or were more like, until we found better use for a sword and shield. You'd better get word to Mad Harst in the customs house. Him and his will want to know. They always do. Dandra theory. What now? Yes, to the customs house in Rathia. Don't look at me. I don't know the password. They always come to me. There were times before she joined the Blue Helms and got too good for my sort. We got by, me and her. Think I frightened her out of her wits when I turned up again all these years later? The Fahrlangi? Damned if I know. They have gold and want things done, that's enough for me. Like I said, if Warsworn got the key, they want to know. Want to snuff this meddler out before it goes much farther, eh? Soldier, freeman, what's in the name? It's all the same thing in the end.
Make way for the Archsage of the Scoria. What cost a lot by sea? I thought the meddler was taken care of along with the gnome. Go on. Harst will want to hear this.
Very heroic, my fine little Warsworn. You have tracked and fought your way to my very door, but the vault has been emptied and Lord Besin has flown to Eamonn's Isle. You don't even know, do you? Your own history. Well, let it stay buried. Under Lord Besin, the Fahrlangi shall bring a beauty, terrible and sublime, into the world. Now!
Hello, mate. Pledge shield.
Besin. The Besin. If it's true he's gone to Eamonn's Isle, we must follow immediately. I know a ship's captain here in the city. Hopefully Captain Gonthorm isn't already hired. Take this, a token from Delfric himself. We should send word of our discoveries to him immediately. As soon as a ship can be chartered, yes. Search for Captain Gonthorm on the docks. If he has a ship free, I believe he will take us. Some say he is a match for Calidus and that he sits on the Orbicant. Either way, he's a mage of considerable power. If he's behind all of this, then I fear this is only the beginning. It was built in the time of the Firstsworn. No Niskaric artifacts are stored there, but if the accounts are true, much of our early wisdom was kept in the Stronghold's chapel. The founders of our order long ago, they amassed great knowledge about fighting Niskaru, nearly all lost and forgotten. Any time she was not on duty, she spent among our histories and our ancient sites. I learned from her what the Warsworn were and the things we lost. But she never found the secret she was looking for. I wish my searchers turned up half as much as yours. These mages call themselves Fahrlangi, but no one has ever heard of them. Half of those I spoke to hadn't heard of what happened at Brigand Hall, and they, if anyone, should have. They're supposed to watch for such things. Besin has cloaked his actions well. I have wondered about them since we last spoke. They take the name from the legendary mage Fahrlangi, but I do not know why. You, bring word to ancient Delphric. Now, let's get to the keys.
Don't miss the seafoam tavern.
My ship is free, and its course is yours to plot, my friends. Were it not Warsworn asking, I wouldn't sail such treacherous northern waters or set foot on an island so long forsaken. But for you, I'll go. I'll go. Captain, trader, and a friend of the Warsworn at your service. You'll find no taverns with warm fires or feather beds on that rock. Stones and bones and rot is all. The Stalwart, she's called. A worthy vessel. Some years back, I caught the eye of a pirate lord named Darius. Nearly burned, murdered, and thieved me out of business. I called on the Warsworn, and it took but 3 of them to hunt down Darius, recover my cargo, and save my hide. Whenever you wish it, friends, you need but give the word. Then climb aboard. The seas may be rough, but you and your comrade need not fear. You're in able hands.
Look, that's the fortress over there. I wonder what will we find? And what Besin has already found. We must find our way into the fortress. I'm certain that's where they'll be. I fear that he's already come and gone, and we still don't know what he wanted here. So much majesty, though now in ruins. Imagine what it must have been when all of this was glorious and new. So this is it. Eamonn's Isle. These were once awesome towers and ramparts. Atop each, a banner snapping in the breeze. Imagine, Kerwin, fair and mighty, stood there and gazed out on the ocean. More Fahrlangi. I think they've seen us. Look at it all. Signs of why Besin came here. Any clue as to his plans? From what I've heard and read, if there is anything of value left here, we'll find it in the chapel. Why did Besin come here, I wonder? What was he after? My mother was here, long ago. She saw many ancient places in her time. First the ancient vault, and now here. But what do they hope to find? There are no relics here, only lost knowledge. Maybe knowledge more powerful than any relic.
You're going down.
Look, the chapel of the Firstsworn. Look out! That mural. I need a closer look. If I'm not mistaken... This is it. All Besin's plans, written here in our own recorded history. The mural tells of the mage Fahrlangi, who sought to make himself a king of Niskaru, and how Aegon thwarted him. Besin thinks he will succeed where Fahrlangi failed. And he just might. Because he could not learn what he needed to know anywhere else. Everything he needs is written here, down to the last detail. I think we must. Fahrlangi tried to free a Niskaru Lord from its mountain prison. With such power behind him, he would have been unstoppable. As Besin seeks to mimic Fahrlangi, so we must match Eamonn and stop him. Yes, he did. The mystic hammer, forged by Eamonn for the hands of his son Aegon. It alone could halt Fahrlangi's spell and restore the Niskaru Lord to his prison. I know of it, but not its location. But Delphric may be able to help with that. Return to Helmgard Keep. I will travel to Ironfast Keep in Detyr and learn all I can. Meet me there. The mystic hammer is among the few ancient relics named in our records. I am sure. Go to Helmgard Keep, where ancient Delphric can help you find it. I will be at Ironfast, learning what I can. When you have the hammer, find me there. We didn't find him here, but we did, I think, find something he doesn't want us to know. Pray Mitharu we did not learn it too late. In truth, it's as much library as chapel. A place of memory. My mother, she described it so vividly. It seems he was a prince whose father squandered and lost his kingdom. He was raised, hunted, and a beggar. Then he found the Niskaru Lord Kamazandu in its mountain prison. It whispered to him, said it could help him win back his birthright. That's how it began.
There you are. Is it time to return? There was no place safe for landing but here, I'm afraid. And that's a certain thing then, is it? I think we'll not see this scrap of shore again once we go. Off we go then.
As soon as I received news of your discoveries, I learned whatever I could of the Alfar Lord, Anru Besin. He is indeed a powerful man, a member of the Orbakant, or he was, until he proposed using Niskaru in the war. He was laughed off the council, and then vanished, taking some of Rathir's most powerful mages with him. Yes, I see. It should be in Aegon's tomb. Alas, pledge shield, none below Oathblade are permitted inside our sacred places. But this is easily solved. For your valor and honor, in the name of the Firstsworn, I bestow upon you the rank of Oathblade. Take this as a token of the honor. Now, the tomb lies just south of Ulcerund. It opens only with this key. Proceed to Ironfast once you have the hammer. In a narrow pass just south of Ulcerund, into Tyr. The key I gave you unlocks its doors and many of our other monuments and historical places. Once you have the hammer, proceed to meet Gwyn Anwy at Ironfast Keep in Menethil. It is a curious fact. For her father, Aegon, Cerwyn built a grave fit for a king, while both she and Eamonn, her father's father, vanished into the east and were lost to us. She died by treachery in Cluracon long ago. Cursed rings turned her comrades against her, and with her death, it is said, the age of the Firstsworn came to an end. So many mysteries surround the founder of our order. Where he learned the secrets of forging and fighting, how he originally came to the Fahrlangi, where he went alone in his last days, traveling east beyond Cluracon's eastern mountains. So Besin somehow learned of this forgotten story and the mural depicting it on Eamonn's Isle. Devious. Very devious. Besin was among the powerful of Rathir before the power of Niskaru turned his head. If anyone can complete Fahrlang's work, it is Besin. The accounts say it was crafted for Aegon himself. None other has ever wielded it, and I'm not sure any other can. It may be for nothing, but I suppose it is the only hope we have. Trapped within a mountain? Can we be certain this isn't merely an old legend? But can we afford to take the chance? Ordinarily, the rank is reserved for proven veterans of the field. There is also usually a ceremony, but that will have to wait, I'm afraid. The names of those who sit on Rathir's ruling council are beyond secret. However, some old and substantial debts were owed me. What we are, what we once were, does nothing lie still in this world? We have our honor and our swords. Let us cling to that. And by the Firstsworn, may you know victory.
Polished armor means you haven't used it yet.
You are expected. Gwyn Anwy is expecting you. I think you will find her in the library. Gwyn's been here for several days, nearly turned our library upside down. I hope she found what she needed there.
Talk to Adrian, Livia.
We see a few.
What have we here?
You have the remains of the hammer. It is... I should have expected this. It was forged in the Hall of the Firstsworn. It must, I think, be reforged there. The hall is not far, only... I don't know what to do when we get there. The hall lies south through the canyons. Meet me there. Yes, Time is short. The Hall of the Firstsworn is south and east through the canyons. Meet me there when you are ready. He has gone to free the Niskaru Lord. Pray we are not too far behind to stop him. Not all our wisdom was left to gather dust on Eamonn's Isle. I have learned the location of the Niskaru Lord's mountain prison. But first, we must deal with that hammer. That means the Hall of the Firstsworn. Legend tells it is there that Eamonn was transformed from a prince to the first of the Warsworn. It became a meeting place of sorts in the time of the Firstsworn. I haven't been here since I was young. It is as full of old books and dusty scrolls as I remember. We need it restored if we hope to defeat Besin. And for that, I'm afraid, we must journey to the Hall of the Firstsworn. You saw Baelor in the siege. Baelor, a greater Niskaru, is like a small child before a Niskaru Lord. This one is Kamazandu, the deceitful one. It's thought the Arathi themselves imprisoned it in the mountain after it proved too clever to kill.
Yes, my friend.
Oathblade?
I'm sorry for the way I left Ironfast. The last time I saw my mother was the day she set off for these ruins. She came here and never returned. I thought maybe... But we must be going. Records speak of a sacred passage that leads to the forge. Yes, to reach the ancient forge, you must go through a sacred passage. Of course, I can't be certain. No one but Eamonn himself has ever walked those halls. They say he came to this place a prince, and left it sworn to war. How he entered the passage, what he learned there, none but he know. When I was young, my father touched the hilt of a chaos-cursed dagger. The magic within disfigured and diseased him. My mother spent the rest of her life in search of a remedy. She felt sure some wisdom from the Warsworn's past could cure him. We had fought chaos, after all. So she delved into our past, searched everywhere, until she came here. It's said that the way from the sacred passage to the forge opened only for Eamonn, and at its end, he learned the secrets of the Firstsworn. It's also said to have closed and sealed the day that he died. Lead on, Oathblade. There you are. She was so close. Look, that must be the sacred passage there. All right, let's do this. There's no hope. We've come all this way. For what? You and I are not Eamonn. How can we ever hope to pass through that? Yes, but it can't be done. Try for yourself. Ancient magic bars the way.
Only those foreseen may enter here. Fate bars this path, and none may alter fate. Approach, mortal. The hammer must be remade. The hammer. To the forge. You will know the way. The wisdom is within you.
Look at it, how it shines. This is a weapon of legend. Held in Aegon's hands, it felled Niskaru by the score. But now we have our own legends to make. The Niskaru Lord Kamazondu is imprisoned in Cloudcrest Mountain, in the Hollowlands. As Besin weaves his spell, something called the Niskaru Lord's crown will emerge. Are you listening? It is not truly a crown, but emanations of the Niskaru Lord itself, as it emerges from the mountain. It cannot escape all at once, so if we can injure these first projections with the Mystic Hammer, we can close the door Besin seeks to open. Cloudcrest Mountain looks over the southern Hollowlands, west of here. I will go to Ironfast Keep for reinforcements and meet you there. Yes, it lies south along the Hollowlands. I will be there with reinforcements. Make yourself ready. This will be a trial like none you've known. He plans to free a Niskaru Lord, and we hope to stop him. Mitharu help us. In the end, he but dreamed a nightmare. But Besin might make the nightmare real. They both suffered and died because the knowledge and memory of our order was squandered and lost. I will not forget that. But I can be content that their deaths were not in vain either. A Niskaru Lord is an immense being of pure chaos. Kamazondu's nature was is that of great cunning and persuasion. Be wary and believe nothing it says. The first emanations of the Niskaru Lord, emerging from, if I read correctly, the mountain itself. That's the first stage of the spell. Let's not find out what happens after that. It worked before when Aegon fought Fahrlangi. Let's hope that it works for you. To the mountain then, and our final task.